In this video, let's talk about emails, which I think is one of the biggest areas that small to medium-sized businesses and even big businesses go wrong. This is both important from an internal communication standpoint and a customer interaction standpoint. And honestly, I think the handling of emails is the single biggest mistake most businesses make from small to big. If you know how to use emails properly, both internal communication and customer facing will improve, ultimately leading to more conversions. If you get emails wrong, you lose conversions. And the ones you do get often go wrong anyway because key details got lost somewhere in your email flow. I bet if you are running a business, this will sound familiar. For me, I credit a massive amount of growth to my company in the fact that I understood and sorted emails very quickly in the business. To this day, we steal conversions all over the place against competitors because our emails are not only the quickest, but also better quality than any of the competition in our market. And I can say that with absolute confidence. You know for yourself, if you go to a website for support and you run into an AI bot, it is an immediate turnoff. Have a look at my contact page, and at the top it says, Ticket Motorbikes aims to respond to emails within 24 hours. We are happy to answer any questions about motorbiking in Vietnam. Real humans answer all emails, and Facebook. AI is banned at Ticket. Staff are not allowed to use it. Keep in mind, English is a second language in Vietnam. So would you email us? I would imagine so. And you will be getting a reply within 12 hours. That is good customer experience. So how do you get this? Well, software choice is everything here. Google Mail, G Suite, Microsoft stuff. No, none of this is the answer. Basically, any email software that allows emails to go directly to an employee without you being able to see it, this is a no-go. You stop right there. It hits their inbox, they don't handle it properly, you don't know about the email, and from there, a conversion is lost or a support ticket fails. Not to mention, even if it was handled well, you have no training data collected for improving future staff and operations at your company. This is just a big no-no. I have spoken to friends at huge organizations, and I am amazed to hear they still run on emails where they are counting on staff to hit the reply all button, and inboxes that are ultimately full and giving the manager anxiety on how to deal with it. This is an inefficient mess and waste of time. So any software that has you begging either customers or your own staff to remember to hit reply all, well, this is also a no-go. You can't expect staff or customers to do this accurately and reliably. Just forget about it. So what you need is specific email-based software. What I use is LiveAgent, but there are other alternatives out there, the big dog in this space being Zendesk. These sorts of softwares are not cheap, and you might even need a programmer to set it up for you, but they are worth their weight in gold. Okay, so what happens? Well, you can set up emails like john@mycompany.com and cindy@mycompany.com, but these all go into the same inbox. Everyone in the company can see the same inbox and all of the emails that have come in. Yes, I know G Suite can do this as well, but it isn't doing it very well. I have tried. With everything in one inbox, anyone in the company or the department can reply. So the email comes in, any staff replies to it, resolves it, and it disappears. If the customer replies again, it will pop back up. The key here though is the logging, and that is why I love LiveAgent. I can see which employee replied, which employee resolved it, and I can see if a ticket was transferred to someone specific in the company, and I can see comments or make comments myself to help train staff on how to reply to emails. By the end of the day, the inbox should be empty. If I see an email left by the end of the working day, I will first of all clear it myself. Then I will interrogate staff the next day. Why was the email left alone? They will give me an answer, I will ponder about it, and then find a training solution so it doesn't happen again. Usually, emails are left because staff don't know how to deal with it. So of course, there is training and learning to be had. Once an employee has replied, it will automatically tag their name to the email. Then at the end of a month, I will do a meeting with the employee and randomly choose emails they did. We will review them together. Serious cases of poor quality emails, I will move into discussion tags as well for deeper investigation. And long story short, I can see everything. Every click, every action, every delay, every mistake. I see it. Feedback loops and training are so fast as a result. To further this, canned responses. We all know what those are. Basically, pre-typed out responses, and the staff member can hit Control Space and find the response automatically. Off they go. They are all created and optimized by me. This is really key for dealing with a company where English is not the first language. For me, my staff are Vietnamese, and it is amazing how harsh clients can be to a bit of poor grammar and misunderstanding. Having canned responses and staff having the ability to see and review each other's work develops a local language and culture within the company. We all do emails in a similar way, and there is consistency for the client in the way the company is replying in communication. This is cool. So, LiveAgent will handle emails and Facebook really well, but it falls short on WhatsApp. It just doesn't handle it really at all. From my perspective, at least when it comes to LiveAgent, claiming to handle WhatsApp is nothing but fake marketing on their front here. There's another software a company I help with uses, something called Respond.io. Now this handles WhatsApp really well, but doesn't handle emails very well. It also, in my personal opinion, lacks logging and tagging, making staff reviewing harder. All this said, in my personal opinion, you sort of need to decide if you are a Facebook and email facing company or a WhatsApp facing company, because the software choice here may be different, and full-scale integration of the different chat platforms might also be difficult. Of course, there are many others, Instagram, Telegram, the list is basically endless, but you do have to consider where you are sending your clients as a primary form of contact. This will impact the software chosen. For me, we are definitely an email and Facebook facing company. This is what we push to our clients. As a result, WhatsApp support is actually a really big challenge for us, as LiveAgent doesn't handle it very well. We do offer WhatsApp as a support method, but yeah, it is actually a challenge. To solve this, I would have to pay for an entire platform like Respond.io on the side to handle WhatsApp properly. Then staff are now having to monitor 2 platforms. So yes, attempt to push your customers to the platform that you want to use, but you must nail the platform that you want to use it. Nail it perfectly. It is possible that Zendesk handles emails, Facebook, and WhatsApp effectively, but it's extremely expensive, and I personally haven't had the pleasure of trying it yet. If I was approached by a company to sort out their customer-facing interaction, and this company had a nice big budget, I would be looking at Zendesk for sure. So on that note, there are so many small suppliers out there that offer the world in terms of communication. They do email, Facebook, WhatsApp, everything. But in real life, when you get deeper into the software, you find that nothing really connects together properly. Be very, very careful before diving all into one of these softwares. It is quite hard to set up, and then backtracking is not a pleasant experience. So of course, use the free trials where possible, and be very careful in your considerations, and preferably use an expert to help make the right decision for you. So what about internal communication between staff? I don't think companies should be using email as an internal communication tool. At least in my world of small to medium-sized business, there is just no need. Some sort of task-based platform, Asana, Trello, Slack to a certain degree. For me, we use Reaver. This is a far more effective way than email. Tasks are way more efficient than chat, basically. And email is ultimately a form of chat, and a very slow form of chat at that. So I don't see any real justification for emails to be used internally at the company. I would have a guess that email as an internal form of communication is a very old way of doing things. Final thoughts here. Platforms like LiveAgent that I use, they are professional grade software that cater from small to huge companies. With any professional grade software, it has massively wide customization and functionality. There is definitely a learning curve to be had, not to mention the setup phase. So I recommend this software, but that doesn't mean you can magically use it. It has taken me years of fiddling to optimize the software in the way that I think it should be. This is why you need to hire someone like me. Give me a message if you are struggling with emails within your company, and I will see if I can help you make the switch over to something more suitable like LiveAgent. Of course, Someone needs to take into account your business workflow, how you interact with customers, and then fiddle with pro-grade software to make it work for you. I hope this video has been helpful.